Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we just got a data download on Global. As expected, we've seen the updates now for the Super Saiyan 4's, the new units that are coming out tomorrow. The big deal that everyone was talking about yesterday, once we got all the stuff revealed, of course, as you probably know, Vegito was different on Global. BROLY was different on Global. This post is still up, so this post was made, wow, it's like 18 hours ago now or something, and this still hasn't been updated on the actual Global Twitter page. So if we scroll down, the weird thing about this is they're saying that an error's been made, but it says once the correct information is ready to be uploaded, then the incorrect images will be deleted. So the incorrect images are still on here. So there's actually more changes than we expected, but the big thing is BROLY was shown as being extreme tech on JP, and then as you can see when they posted for Global, he is extreme STR. And then I think the big one that people were definitely much more bothered about was the Vegito. As you can see, he has Infighter as a link, whereas on JP he had Kamehameha in that place instead. And so then because of that, on Global, you see here it shows 6 categories. On JP, he was on the Kamehameha category, and then he was also on Battle of Wits. And that was the big thing that people were getting mad about, because the Battle of Wits / Majin Buu saga is considered by a lot of people to be one of the best teams in the game. Obviously, it's like the full Vegito team. Every other Vegito is on this team. So it seems kind of weird that the new one wouldn't be. Definitely seems like a glaring oversight. And then, of course, Kamehameha, also another incredibly strong category, one of the top tier ones in the game. You know, sometimes they're weird with which units get on this category or which units get the Kamehameha link. But, of course, we've seen from the animations that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito does a Kamehameha as his super attack counter. So there's no real reason that he shouldn't be on the category at all. So, like I say, we just had a data download. Now, one thing I did notice is when they posted the information, this is the JP Dokkan page, they posted Vegito, they posted BROLY, they posted Dabura and Toa, and then they posted the information for the awakenings for the older units. Now, one thing I hadn't realised is they didn't post the information for Bardock and Gohan. And it turns out the information that we got for Bardock and Gohan was incorrect as well, because it seems that Bardock is actually STR, not physical, which actually is really good, because one thing that people were talking about straight away is if he is an STR unit, he's going to go really well alongside Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, obviously giving him another unit that has Saiyan Raw. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Saiyan Pride, which is a link we could have expected Bardock to have, which he would have shared with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but that doesn't matter. You know, he's going to be an STR type now. And then Gohan is an Int type, which is definitely a change that I wasn't expecting. Gohan is obviously very, very good defensively, so that means at 55%, if you only pull the one copy of him, he does have level 5 dodge, which is, I guess, an interesting addition. And then they've changed the Dabura to AGL, whereas the global page shows him as being physical. Was it physical? Yeah, physical. And then the JP one, yeah, see, the JP one showed him as AGL. So, basically, everything the Global one posted was wrong. Not only were the typings wrong for the ones that they showed for JP, but then they also were the only one that showed out of the 2 pages Gohan and Bardock, and the typings were wrong for them as well. So, yeah, very interesting. They got the whole thing messed up. I'm actually quite surprised that the typings for Bardock and Gohan changed. That's not something we were really expecting. And then, of course, we now have the full translated information for the awakenings, which it was funny. I was in call with Goresh and the 59 Gaming guys after the Dokkan Now, and we were talking about these units, and Goresh started to do translations for these guys, and then we noticed that the global Dokkan page was posting the English cards, so he stopped doing them, and then of course only to realise that they then didn't actually post the English versions of the Awakenings. So I guess we can go over them very quickly in this last part here, now that the information is all up thanks to the data download. So hoping that this is actually going to open up, of course, because now it's just loading. Are you going to show me the info for these cards? I would imagine DBZ Space probably quite busy at the moment. Well, we got Dark Mask King come up. Dark Mask King is probably one of the best. I'm really hoping now that he's gotten an Awakening, he's going to be featured on the banner, because I didn't actually pull any copies of him last time. But here we go. Now these other cards are going to load up. So Dark Mask King, extreme int types, key 3, HP, attack and defense 100%. Pretty useful for battlefield, I guess. His super attack, immense damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. And then his passive is attack and defense 100%, which is already pretty solid. An additional defense 100% for 5 turns after receiving an attack. Guards all attacks when there is another Dragon Ball Heroes category ally attacking in the same turn, and recovers 10% of damage dealt as HP. So, yeah, that's really good. As long as you have a Dragon Ball Heroes character on the same turn, which is very easy to do, because even under a lot of the different team builds you could run this guy on, you might be bringing units like Toa or Supreme Kai of Time to be support units. So yeah, he's going to be guarding all attacks, and then just kind of like units like the West Kai Awakening, the first hit he takes is going to do a little bit of extra damage, but then he gets that 100% extra defensive boost. So ideally, if you put him in front of a bunch of attacks, you want the first one at least to be a normal attack. Then he's going to get that massive boost, and he's going to be guarding. So I mean, he's going to have 200% defense with guarding. So as long as that first attack isn't a super, chances are if he then takes a super attack with his full passive active, he's not really going to take a lot of damage. So that is actually very good. And then, of course, his links are actually very good as well, because he has Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle. So, like, he fits easily on a lot of other Saiyan teams. And then, of course, he does have Royal Lineage because he is King Vegeta. So, that's actually very, very good. So, let's have a look at Black Mask Saiyan. So, will this one open up quickly? No, let's go to Demigra then, since it's already loaded. I like the artwork for this, because the SSR art, as you can see, kind of boring. Oh, everything's going to take ages to load. Okay. I think it was actually loading up the Black Mask Saiyan there. But, okay, so, Demigra, the Makyuka form. Extreme physical types, 3 key, 100% to stats. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy with his super attack. And then his passive is attack and defense 120%. Extreme class allies. Oh, DBZ Space. Gotta love it. Extreme class allies, key 3 and defense 30%. All enemies, attack and defense minus 20%. Additional attack plus 10% per crossover category ally on the team. So they fixed the major issue with this guy. We talked about him in the video that I did with Toon. He was basically a mini Rosé before, because he was giving 3 key, he was debuffing the enemy, but he had no defense in his passive. So now he's just got straight up 120%, and he's providing 30% with his passive. So he's gone from having no defense to having a very solid defensive stat. So actually, he has become a very, very good support unit who's going to fit very well onto a lot of teams. And obviously, the more crossover category allies you have, he's going to get a massive attack buff on top of that as well. So I could actually see this guy potentially, even though he's going to fulfill the role of a support unit on a lot of teams, if you have this guy Rainbow, he's going to be hitting some pretty decent attack stats on a full crossover team. So that is actually very, very good. Black Mask Saiyan, extreme AGL types, 3 key. So they're basically all got the same kind of leader skill. 3 key, 100%. Dark Final Flash, immense damage and lowers attack and defense. And then his passive skill, attack and defense. Wow, attack and defense 160 when key is 6 or more. Key plus 2 when key is 10 or more. Plus an additional attack 60% and a medium chance of performing a crit when there are another 3 or more. So there has to be 3 other ones other than him. crossover category allies on the team. So, I mean, crossover, we talked about this as kind of, it's almost invalidated the heroes link, because all of the heroes units are going to be on crossover. So even if you're just running a full heroes team, you're going to be fulfilling these crossover category allies passives. But that's incredible, 160%, and you only have to get 6 key. The only thing about this guy to bear in mind is that units that get stats and boosts based on the amount of key, it's calculated when it's their turn to attack. So if you put this guy in slot 1, then technically he has no defense. He only gets all of his buffs until, when he super attacks. But yeah, another big attack boost and a medium chance to crit on a heroes / crossover team means you're going to want to go heavy additional on this guy. I only ever pulled 1 copy of him previously, so fortunately it's not something I have to worry about resetting. But yeah, hopefully he will be on the banner as well. I have a feeling that they are going to go for the 6 new units and then the 4 awakenings, and it'll be a 10 unit featured banner. And hopefully, just like the old Heroes banners, it's still going to be guaranteed featured, because the fact that Vegito and BROLY are on here with, you know, units that awaken from a new Dokkan event that's coming for Vegito. They have Fierce Battle. They're both very strong units. Obviously, we're still hoping it's going to be GSSR. I'm really hoping. It will be a huge shaft for everyone if they make it not guaranteed featured. But Heroes banner, I kind of feel like they have to, because these units only come around like once a year. So they really want to maximize this for everybody. So Super Mirror, Extreme STR types, greatly raises defense and causes supreme damage, so that hasn't changed. That's a huge buff, infinite stack, and it's 50% raise per time. And then his passive is attack 100% and defense 50%. Okay, that's good. He didn't start off with any defense before, so even though he had the 50% raise, he was starting from like a 0 base, so that is actually very good. Disables enemies guard, attacks enemies attack and defense minus 20% for 2 turns, plus an additional 50% attack and high chance of performing a crit when the attacked enemy is in attack down status. So that's quite interesting, because that works well with on the Android team. There's a lot of units that lower attack. And then obviously on the Heroes team, and we just saw both the masked Saiyans from this update lower attack with their super. So extra attack and a chance to perform a crit. As an infinite stacking unit for defense, he's a unit that you would have wanted to give a bunch of additional to anyway. So having crits built into his passive is very good. So that's it for the new information. Thankfully, everything was fixed. Everything is the same on both versions, as it should be. BROLY being tech is a huge help to a lot of people. I'm not saying he's just going to be automatically the guaranteed, like, Extreme Tech Super Battle Road killer. But if you are having trouble on Extreme Tech, this is another big, powerful unit that's going to help out that run. So, thanks a lot, Global. They fixed everything. I don't know. I'm sure someone's getting in real trouble about that. To me, it's a kind of funny addition that they changed Bardock and Gohan's typings. I don't know how that works in the grand scheme of things for other teams, but pretty cool that Bardock is STR. If you think about the fact that when Super Saiyan 4 Goku eventually gets his Easy A, it means we're going to have 3 very powerful Super Saiyan 4s on that Super STR team. So that is very good. And I guess Int probably needed a bit of a buff more than Tech when it comes to the Gohan. So there you go. So let me know what you guys think. Are you happy with the changes to Bardock and Gohan? I'm sure everyone's happy with the changes to Vegito and BROLY, getting the 2 versions in line. There's no reason for them to have been different. So very glad that that is all sorted. And then, yeah, this stuff is going to be dropping, as you can see here. It says on here 12 AM PST, but I'm not sure how correct that is, because that time's way out from when banners normally come out. So I think it's probably the banners are going to be dropping somewhere around 24 hours from when this goes up. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that, and maybe I'll put out a quick update, maybe just by Twitter. So make sure you follow me at the Masked Ningen to stay up to date with all of this information. So let me know down below what you are most excited about. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord down below. Join in the fun down there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.